everyone, Miss Wilkins here. In this video we're going to talk about the treble clef, and we're going to just talk about notation and what the actual symbol of the clef should tell you and should help you to understand how music is notated on the musical staff. First, let's draw the treble clef, okay? And we're going to just take a look at it. I like to start with one long line, okay? And then I like to do a snake around like that. So sort of a backwards S that gets us started. And I'm crossing roughly right here at the middle line. And then I'm going to take the rest of this snake-like line and go around and do what I call a little doodly-doo around the second line from the bottom of the staff. Now, this is important because the staff is telling us one very important piece of information. It's telling us that this line right here is the letter G. Now, the symbol also developed from a cursive G. So if you think about it, if you look at it and say, okay, if that was a really, really fancy G, that's going to help me remember that that's really what the treble clef is. We call it the G clef because it denotes where G is. So from this reference point, I can count up and figure out what other notes are. A is here, the line is going to be B, the space is C, the line is D, and so forth, okay? Keep going. But the trick here is that now we have to go backwards because we're going to go down the staff and we're going to figure out what those notes are. F is here, we have E here, the line, the space here is D, and I'm going to add a line to the musical staff and just make sure that you know that this is a ledger line, because I can extend the staff as many lines as I want. And that line is going to become middle C. Okay, so why is this important? Well, because, if I know where that one letter is, I can figure out all the others. Now, there are some, phrases that help us remember these. So if I was to write out the spaces of the staff, they would spell the word face. So a lot of people remember the spaces on the treble clef are face. They spell the word face. If I was to look at the lines, well, we have a little phrase for that. Every good boy deserves fudge. You can change that up. Some people say does fine. You can change it. My thing about this is to just memorize them. That's the easiest way. So what I've done is created some flashcards. So if you head on over to Quizlet and look for my violin first position flashcards, simply just memorize them. It'll show you each note, and then you're going to remember what that note name is and where that finger number and a string number is. I call that the address. So the easiest way is to just memorize it. Now, if you're a violist or a cellist or a bassist, those instruments also do play in treble clef. So if I was a cellist and I was trying to learn treble clef for thumb position, or a violist trying to learn treble clef to play some more advanced pieces, I would just do the flashcards and just learn the note names, okay? I actually do have flashcards for viola, and I do have them for bass and cello, I believe. So yeah, you can head on over to Quizlet and you can look at those, and it's a memory thing. It's just your mind. You don't really have to really worry about it. It's just learning like vocabulary, just like you learned when you first read. So the easiest thing is to just go ahead and just memorize them, and just don't forget that ledger lines, we can extend the staff as much as we want. So if I went up this way, I kept going, F, G, and this would be A. Okay? All right, guys, this is the treble clef. Just remember it's the G clef, and you'll be just fine. It's Miss Wilkins here. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.